What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox, presented by LOCKCITY. It's Whitey here today. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week thus far. Today we have episode 138 of the JuiceBox, which is going to be everything that you need to know for MLB action today, Monday, July 21st, including our best picks from each game and, of course, our JuiceBox Lock of the Day. Yesterday, unfortunately, I dropped the ball on the JuiceBox Lock of the Day with the Marlins and Royals game. It totaled 11 total runs on our under 7.5. We're still 62, 42, and 1 overall on JuiceBox Locks, obviously up over 43 units in profit. And we're going to get on back on track here with today's play. Don't forget, of course, for all of our extra premium content, you can, of course, join our premium tier Discord at whop.com/LockCity. That's WHOP.com/LockCity for only $5 a month. This gets you access to every cheat sheet every day across all active major sports, access to premium picks from all 9 of our pro cappers, and tons of other sports-specific and stat-specific data points on a daily basis to help you become a better sports bettor. That's whop.com/LockCity. WHOP.com/LockCity breaks down to 16 cents a day. It's only $5 a month, as cheap as you are going to find in terms of sports betting. Alrighty, let's hop into today's slate. We will skip the review of yesterday's. I like the flow of just kind of hopping into the next day games that we kind of have on track here. Today, as usual on Mondays, they don't start until 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. We have a later start time always on Mondays, or usually always, exception of like holidays and such. First game of the day today is going to be the Orioles and the Guardians at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. For this one here, the O's are going to be sending out Tomoyuki Sagano, right-handed pitcher. He's 7-5 with a 4.44 ERA and a 1.30 WHIP. Tanner Bibee gets a start for the Guards at home today, right-handed pitcher as well. Bibee's 5-9 with a 4.29 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP. This one here to me is essentially a pick'em. There's nothing I love about this game. There's other games at this time slot that I feel a lot better about in terms of best bets. This one here, I'd like to lean Guardians, I suppose. Guardians on the money line, minus 135. I trust Bibee a little bit more than I trust Sagano. I trust the Guardians at home a little bit more than I trust the Orioles on the road, but ultimately, this is a game that's probably kind of skippable as far as money lines and over-unders, things of that nature go. Next game up, also 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, and also where we are going to find our JuiceBox Lock of the Day, is going to be the Tigers and the Pirates at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's going to be Fade the Pirates Day today here. The Tigers got back on track with a win yesterday after dropping like 6 in a row before and after the All-Star break. Still tied for best record in the league, or have the best record in the league, rather. They're 60-40 overall. First team to 60 wins. They were also the first team to 30, 40, and 50 wins. They're visiting the Pirates today. Paul Skeens gets a start for the Pirates. Pirates are 39-61 overall. They are 26-24 at home. They have Skeens on the mound. Skeens is 4-8. Always disregard the records when it comes to Pirates pitchers because the Pirates are horrible, similarly to like the White Sox. I was going to say the Rockies, but Rockies have horrible pitching to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. Skeens here, obviously one of the best pitchers in the league. He's got a 2.01 ERA and a .93 WHIP. Jack Flaherty, also a righty, going to get the start for the Tigers. Jack Flaherty, 5-9, 4.65 ERA, 1.24 WHIP. When we're looking at Jack Flaherty on the road, he's been a little bit dicey. He has been pitching better at home, but I do trust the Tigers here a lot more than I trust Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not able to generate runs ever. Whenever they have Paul Skeens on the bump, for whatever reason, they seem to generate even less runs. Over their last 5 games, they scored 4 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, 1 run, 4 runs, 2 runs. They're not putting up a lot of offense here. Same can kind of be said about the Tigers over the last like 3 or so, but the Tigers are obviously, they have hotter bats. They're batting .250 as a team. They're the much better team here. I'm going to go Detroit as a slight underdog on the money line as our JuiceBox Lock of the Day, plus 110. I really like it. They're the better team. They have better bats. I know it's Skeens on the mound, but I like Detroit to get this win here today. 28-22 on the road, 60-40 overall, one of the best teams in the league. I like them to get an upset win here. A lot of other much worse teams have gotten wins against Paul Skeens and the Pirates. He's 4-8 overall. Even if he pitches a gem and only gives up 1 run, the chances that the Pirates score a run are usually slim to none. Give me the Tigers here, plus 110 on the money line. JuiceBox Lock of the Day, nice and early. Next one up, also 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, is going to be the Padres and the Marlins, Lone Depot Park, Miami, Florida. The Padres are sending Randy Vasquez to the mound. Right-handed pitcher is 3-4 with a 3.80 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP. Yuri Perez, also a righty, gets a start for the Marlins here. Yuri Perez is 3-2 with a 3.18 ERA and a sub-1 WHIP at .91. I do like Yuri Perez. I do like the Marlins. Marlins have won only 1 out of 3 so far against the Padres this season, but each of those 3 games were played in San Diego. This is shifting back here, obviously, to Miami for this one. San Diego's been putting up runs. They had some really good offense yesterday against Mackenzie Gore and the Nationals. But the Marlins have won 4 of their last 5. In those wins, they put up 6 runs, 11 runs, 8 runs, 3 runs, and then only 4 yesterday in a loss against Kansas City. But they've been putting up a lot of offense. Obviously, Stowers has been a focal point in that. But Miami's been able to get production. I do like Miami here. They are a favorite, which is a little bit weird. I would expect San Diego, just because they're San Diego, to be a slight favorite here. But give me Miami, minus 135 on the money line for this one. Don't love it, but I think they get the job done. Next one up, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, so 5 minutes later. This is going to be the Red Sox and the Phillies, Citizens Bank Park, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Red Sox are starting Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler is 6-6 with a 6.12 ERA and a 1.56 WHIP. When Walker Buehler is on the road, he is horrible. He's got an 8.66 ERA on the road. Batters are hitting .342 off of Walker Buehler when he is on the road. The Philadelphia Phillies have Zach Wheeler starting today. Zach Wheeler, right-handed pitcher, is 9-3, having an exceptional year. One of Philadelphia's many great pitchers. 2.36 ERA, .86 WHIP. This one here is going to be Philadelphia Phillies minus 1.5 run line at minus 110. Walker Buehler should get absolutely bombed. Zach Wheeler should keep the Red Sox bats relatively quiet. The Red Sox were on a hell of a win streak going into that Cubs series, and then they put up 7 total runs across 3 games, and 6 of those came yesterday. Aside from that, they only put up 1 run across 18 innings, so their bats have been a little bit more quiet. Zach Wheeler is great anywhere. At home, he's even better. And Walker Buehler, like I said, atrocious on the road. Give me the Phillies minus 1.5 run line, minus 110. I really like that. It didn't end up on MLB Best Bets, but it probably should have. It's definitely one of the top 5 favorite plays of the day. Next one up, also 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time, is going to be the Reds and the Nationals at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. This one here, Brady Singer gets a start for the Reds. Brady Singer's a right-handed pitcher, 7-7 with a 4.32 ERA and a 1.35 WHIP. Jake Irvin is going to get the start here for the Nats. Jake Irvin is 7-5 with a 4.58 ERA and a 1.29 WHIP. This one here is tough. I do want to lean Cincinnati Reds minus 130 on the money line. I also kind of like the over 8.5 in this one. I think both of these teams should be able to generate some good offense here. We haven't seen them square off since the beginning of May against one another, but Cincinnati's won 4 of their last 5. The Nationals are on a little bit of a slide. They've lost 4 of their last 5 years, so I do lean Cincinnati Reds on the money line at minus 130, but I also do like the over 8.5 in this one at minus 120. Next one up is going to be Yankees and the Blue Jays. Nice. 7:07 p.m. Eastern Time, Rogers Center, Toronto, Ontario. Carlos Rodon gets a start for the Yankees. Rodon is 10-6 with a 3.08 ERA and a 1.00 WHIP. Kevin Gausman gets a start for the Jays. Gausman is 6-7 with a 4.19 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. When we're looking at Kevin Gausman in terms of splits, he's about the same everywhere. At home, he's got a 4.29 ERA, and batters are hitting .258 off of Gausman at home. Carlos Rodon, when we're looking at him in terms of splits, away from home, he's, I wouldn't say a lot worse. He's still got good stats. But a 3.36 ERA away from home, and batters are hitting .210 off of him away from home, compared to a remarkable 156 at home when he's in the Bronx there. This one here, I do want to lean Blue Jays, though, just because they have been the better team as of recent. This game here obviously has a ton of divisional implications. So Toronto, both of these teams are in the American League East. Toronto is currently 3 games up on the Yankees in the AL East for the Division League. And also they have now one of the best records in the entire MLB. They've shot all the way up to 58-41 overall. They just swept the San Francisco Giants in a series at home. The Yankees were just down in Atlanta and took 2 out of 3 against the Braves. I think Toronto continuing their homestand here, I do have to give them the edge to continue their winning ways here. I like Toronto significantly, to be honest, on the money line here at exactly even money, plus 100, Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. Next one up is going to be the Angels and the Mets, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Citi Field, Queens, New York. This one here, the Angels have Tyler Anderson headed to the bump. Anderson is 2-6 this year with a 4.34 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP. When Tyler Anderson is on the road, he's got a 5.47 ERA. He's 1-3, and batters are hitting 288 off of Tyler Anderson on the road. Kodai Senga for the Mets, he's been great everywhere. He's 7-3 with a 1.39 ERA and a 1.13 WHIP. Kodai Senga, when he's at home, has been even better. He's 5-1 at home with a sub-1 ERA. He's got a .96 ERA pitching at home over the course of 37.2 innings, and batters are only hitting 194 off of Kodai Senga when he's at Citi Field. This is going to be an obvious Mets pick for me. Mets minus 175 is currently the best line I could find on Bet365. It's minus 180 to 185 on like FanDuel and DraftKings. Super safe parlay piece. I think Anderson gets bombed on the road here, and I really trust the Mets and Kodai Senga to get the job done at home. I feel really, really good about that play. Next one up, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, is going to be the Giants and the Braves down at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. San Francisco is going to be starting Hayden Birdsong here. Hayden Birdsong is 4-3 with a 4.11 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. Bryce Elder is going to get the nod for the Braves in this one. Elder's 3-6 with a 5.65 ERA and a 1.51 WHIP. Not a good year for Bryce Elder. When Bryce Elder's at home, he's been even worse than he's been on the road. Elder has a 6.69 ERA at home, where he's 1-3, and batters are hitting 314 off of Bryce Elder at Truist Park. Hayden Birdsong, on the other hand, he's about the same everywhere. He's got a 3.94 ERA away from home. Batters hitting 238 off of him on the road compared to 240 at home. So basically the exact same stats regardless of where Birdsong is. This one here, I do like the over 9.5. I also like San Francisco on the money line as a slight dog at plus 105. San Francisco plus 1.5 on the run line. They can lose by a run there at minus 190. I think it's a super safe parlay piece. I don't trust Bryce Elder at all, and I'm not going to back him as long as he shows me that he doesn't deserve being backed. Next one up here is going to be the White Sox and the Rays, 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time, George Steinbrenner Field, Tampa, Florida. The White Sox are sending Sean Burke out there for the start today. Sean Burke's 4-8, 4.36 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP. Shane Baz gets the nod for the Rays. Baz is 8-5 with a 4.17 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. This one, without even going into it too much, is going to be a Rays lean for me. I know the White Sox have been looking good against Pittsburgh, but most teams look good against Pittsburgh. The White Sox swept them. We called out the White Sox on this podcast the last 3 days as underdogs on the money line. We got them at like plus 135, plus 125, and plus 115 or something like that. The odds slowly degressed as the week went on there, but we cashed out on them, or as the weekend went on, but we cashed out on them every single day there. The Rays just won a series against Baltimore. They took 2 out of 3 there, losing yesterday by a score of 5-3, but I like them in a bounce back spot here today. The White Sox, I still don't trust them. They were 11-36 on the road going into that Pittsburgh series. The Rays have been good at home. They're 52-48 overall and 30-26 at home. Give me the Rays here. I don't like the odds minus 225, but in terms of a lean, I'm going to lean the Rays even though it's Sean Burke on the bump for the White Sox. Next one up, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time, Wrigley Field, Chicago, Illinois. We are going to have the Royals and the Cubs. The Royals are sending Noah Cameron to the mound today, left-handed pitcher. He's 3-4 with a 2.31 ERA and a 1.00 WHIP. Ryan Brazier gets a start for the Cubs. He's only gone 17 innings, so he's got a 0-0 record. He's got a 1.04 ERA and a .92 WHIP. This one's tough. Chicago's obviously the better team. Chicago's won 4 of their last 5. They're 59-40 overall. They have one of the best records in the league. They're 32-17 at home. I do want to lean Chicago here on the money line, but I like Noah Cameron for KC. Maybe like a first 5 under 4.5. I do trust both of these pitchers a decent amount, even depending on what Chicago kind of pieces together here on the later stages of this game. But give me Chicago. Chicago on the money line, -150. Chicago Cubs. We'll take that and move on to the next one. Don't love it, but again, good lean. Next one up is going to be the Athletics and the Rangers, Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time. The Athletics are sending out Jacob Lopez. Jake Lopez, left-handed pitcher, is 3-5 with a 4.20 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. And Jack Leiter getting the start for the Rangers. Leiter's 5-6 this season with a 4.37 ERA and a 1.36 WHIP. When we're looking at Jake Lopez away from home, not been great. 5.01 ERA. Batters are hitting 284 off of him away from home. Jack Leiter has been a little bit better at home. He's got a 4.08 at home. I do kind of want to lean Texas here. Don't love this game at all, but give me Texas as a very, very, very slight lean on the money line at -125, and we'll just kind of glance past this one and move forward. Next one up is going to be the Cardinals and the Rockies, 4th last game of the night, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. The St. Louis Cardinals are starting Michael McGreevy, right-handed pitcher. He's 1-1. He's only gone 21 innings so far this season. He's got a 4.22 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP. Good old Austin Gomber getting the start for the Rockies. Austin Gomber is 0-3 with a 5.65 ERA and a 1.60 WHIP. Even though he's got an ERA of 5, he's probably one of Colorado's best pitchers, which is terrifying. Give me St. Louis on the money line, as they should be favorites here. -160. I'm surprised. I guess it's not a little bit more steep. I know it's because it's McGreevy on the bump, but the Rockies are 24-75 overall. They're 12-37 at home. They're losing more than 75% of their home games. It's hard to back them any day. Cardinals have to be the obvious money line lean here, -160. Next one up, let's see. Astros and the D-backs. Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona, 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. The Astros are giving Colton Gordon the start here. Gordon's a left-handed pitcher. He's 3-2, 4.67 ERA, 1.42 WHIP. Zach Gallen gets a start for the D-backs today. Gallen is 7-10 this season with a 5.40 ERA and a 1.37 WHIP. It's not a good year for Zach Gallen. When we're looking at splits, Zach Gallen at home has a 5.66 ERA. He's been worse at home than he has been on the road. He's 2-5 at home. Batters are hitting 263 off of Gallen at Chase Field. When we're looking at Colton Gordon in terms of splits, about the same regardless of where he is, but when he's away from home, batters are hitting a noteworthy 329 off of Colton Gordon, which is absurd. Both of these offenses have been productive over the last little while. Houston did lose 2 of 3 to Seattle, but they did put up a total of 18 runs across those 3 games, so they're scoring 6 runs a night. The Diamondbacks just put up 22 runs in a sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals, so averaging more than 7 runs a night. Pitchers here leave a lot to be desired. Give me the over 8.5, -130, bet 365. I like that one for this. Next one up, second last game of the night, going to be 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. The Brewers and the Mariners, T-Mobile Park, Seattle, Washington. This one's going to be Brewers' money line as a very slight underdog. The Brewers have Brandon Woodruff headed to the bump today, right-handed pitcher. He's only gone 10 innings this season, 1-0, 2.61 ERA, 0.68 WHIP. George Kirby gets the start here for the Mariners. Kirby's 4-4 with a 4.50 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP through only 54 innings pitched this season. Kirby's been a little bit better at home. He's got a 3.62 at home, but batters are hitting 255 off of Kirby when he's at home there in Seattle. Brandon Woodruff, again, very, very, very small sample size. He's only gone 10 innings total. Away from home has been 6 of those 10 innings. He's got a 1.50 ERA away from home, and batters were only hitting 100 off of him, but that team that he played away from home was Miami. So, again, very limited sample size, not a lot to go off of. But it's the Brewers. The Brewers have been super, super hot as of right now. They've also climbed up to one of the best records in the league. They are tied with the Cubs for the AL Central lead as of right now. They've won 10 games in a row. I got to back the Brewers again here. Give me Brewers on the money line plus 110 for them to win the first game in Seattle. Seattle's got a little bit streaky of an offense, and I don't think today's going to be a day where they're going to be able to generate a lot of runs. Alrighty, last one, 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Dodger Stadium, LA, California. We got the Twins and the Dodgers. David Festa gets a start for the Twins, right-handed pitcher, 3-3, 5.25 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. And it's Shohei Ohtani day for the Dodgers. He's probably only going to go like 2 innings again here. 0-0, 1.00 ERA, 0.78 WHIP. I like the Dodgers here. I think they need a win desperately. They just got swept by the Brewers, obviously, which we just spoke about in the game prior. The Twins also lost 2 of 3 to Colorado in Colorado, which is not a good look for Minnesota. Minnesota is 20-31 away from home. They're really struggling on the road this season. The Dodgers know that they need a win. They need to bounce back here. They've lost 10 of their last 12 overall and have fallen to 58-42 overall in the standings here. So they need to pick up some wins here. They are still 3.5 games up on San Diego in the NL West, but in terms of overall records and playoff picture and just general team expectations, they need some wins. 33-20 overall at home. I really like the Dodgers here, minus 165 to pick up a win and kind of get back on track. All right, JuiceBox Lock will slide all the way back up to 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be the Tigers on the money line against the Pirates. Pirates have Paul Skeens starting today, one of the best pitchers in the league, obviously, but Skeens is only 4-8 this season. When we're looking at his game log, the Pirates, even though Skeens has had exceptional performances, the Pirates have lost a lot of these games just because of their inability to generate offense. In Skeens' last 3 starts, the Pirates have put up a total of 2 runs. They lost to the Twins 2-1. They lost to the Mariners 1-0. They did beat the Cardinals 1-0. They're not having a lot of good success here under Skeens this season. We've seen them lose games 1-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, so on and so forth, just because of their inability to generate offense, even when they have Skeens on the bump. Skeens obviously not going to pitch the whole game. I like Detroit's ability to generate some offense here later in the game, and I don't trust Pittsburgh's ability to generate any offense against anybody. Jack Flaherty, I have some good faith in here. So give me the Tigers on the money line, slight underdog, plus 110 as our JuiceBox lock of the day. All right, y'all, we will see you tomorrow for the next MLB pod. I will see y'all a little bit later today for a CS2 podcast. We have IEM Cologne starting on Wednesday, so we'll get some picks out for that. Claw will be back tomorrow to run the Tuesday pod, so I hope to bring y'all some cash here on the JuiceBox lock, and then he will undoubtedly bring y'all some cash tomorrow with his pick, and I'll see y'all back here on Wednesday for probably both UFC and MLB, both on that same day. But nonetheless, have a great Monday. Hope to bring you some cash here with the Tigers on the money line, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.